Hello everyone, welcome in Wise Crypto actually. So just wait for a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for our speaker, and also thank you guys. Like I can, it's been a long time. We're here actually for this EMA session. So I'd like to thank you everyone. Just wait patiently for our speaker. Thank you.
Hello, this is Alex.
Yeah, hello Alex. Good day. How are you today?
Very good, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having
Is
here.
is this going to be audio?
Like it's about like you can turn on your video, Nori. Like it's up to you actually.
Um, yeah, I'm not shaved. I prefer to keep it audio.
Okay, Nori. Like I think conversation is the main part actually. That's all. So I think we need to wait one of your team members. Am I right?
Yes, Adrian. Let me ping
Okay.
him. Yeah, just a
Okay.
second.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, Adrian is here. Hello, Adrian. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. Welcome in our session. Hope that you're well today.
I am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, although we're in live, I think we can kick off our session. So, first of all, hello, beautiful people. Thank you for having here in this session in Likewise Crypto. And also, guys, as you know, like today we're going to be discuss more about the CLAPART. So, I can say that CLAPART is a unique ecosystem where the artists and fans can create art and also other forms of creative content. You can share, like sharing the fame and the profits actually, and also provided by the blockchain technology. And also their app allows artists to crowdfund their cost and fans to invest in the works of their favorite creators. So this is the bit about the Clever. So today we'll learn more from our honorable speakers. I would like to invite them, Alex and Adrian. So first of all, guys, could you please introduce yourself? First of all, like how do you connect this project, and could you share about your experiences in the crypto industry? So yeah, Alex, you can go first.
Sure, thank you. It's great being here with you guys. A few words about myself, our team, and then I will ask my colleague, friend, and co founder Adrian to tell you a few words about what problem we are solving, how we are solving, and how we are solving it, and why this is relevant. Our team it's about 15 people that have been working together on this for more than 2 years now. We are five co-founders, and here we've got a very unusual origin story, if you want. Um, about we're roughly evenly split between creative types coming from showbiz and rational, logical execution types with blockchain engineering, entrepreneurial, and finance background. And what brought us together was actually COVID, which led to a lot of unexpected consequences in our lifestyle and in our consumption patterns. So, applied to the way people have fun and they consume entertainment, uh, COVID led to a huge migration towards digital and online. Basically, people could no longer go out, they could no longer attend concerts, they could no longer be in the theaters or just hang around in the park with their friends. And this almost put out of business the music industry. Our co founders happened to be musicians and they got hit by this problem in a very personal way. And around them, there was a whole ecosystem of creators from music, film, all sorts of performing arts. So they started thinking about a way to move their monetization away from traditional models and into some sort of technology enabled model that was COVID resilient. And this is how the idea of CLAPART came about, like 3 years ago, and how our team started forming. I am Alex, the CFO of the company. I have a background in traditional finance. My co founders are Tudor and Radu. They have more than 30 years of showbiz experience, and they are also performing artists, rock and rap, respectively. Adrian, who is joining me today, has a background in entrepreneurship and blockchain. And our CTO, who is also called Adrian, he is a full stack developer and a blockchain genius. Basically, he has launched his first token when he was still in school. There's, as I mentioned, about 15 of us. We are all doxed, and we are all based in the European Union, which makes us subject to and compliant with MiCA and a host of other regulations, tax included. Now I will ask my friend Adrian to say a few words about his background and to tell you how exactly we solved this monetization issue and a host of other sub issues which emerged as we started to build the product. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a product. Adrian, please.
Yes, thank you. Very kind introduction. It's a pleasure to be here, guys. So, like Alex said, I'm in head of in charge of the product. I'm the head of product management. I've been in the space since 2013 as a trader initially, but only I dabbled with trading. I consider myself to really have gone into the the segment or into the industry in 2017 when I started building the first products. And ever since, I specialized in product management and product strategy. So I'm a builder at heart. And what we're building here is an ecosystem that allows fans and artists, different types of artists, not just musicians, just like Alex said, to become something new. And in which sense? When you're looking at the industry, you see the fact that it is rife with intermediaries, and on average, the artists only get around 12% of the final revenue from distribution platforms and other sources of income streams such as publishing, which obviously is a very low percentage. And we wanted to shake up the entire industry and restructure the relationship between artists and fans by cutting out a lot of intermediaries and creating a whole new business model. So we're solving three problems, I dare to say. Perhaps there are more than that, but three main ones. First of all, it's the fundraising of emerging artists. As you might know, especially in the music industry, but not only, pretty much in all creative arts, you have the cold start problem for an artistic career as well, not just in entrepreneurship or in in tech. So you might have talent, you have been, I don't know, either studying let's say an instrument or writing or doing different kind of artistic works, but you do not have the connections, you do not have the fan base, you do not have the money needed to buy all kinds of equipments and services. So usually what's happening here is that artists are signing with a record label, sorry, or any kind of management system or distribution system. And that's usually the point where they both, they also lose artistic independence, and they also forfeit a lot of their future income streams. And as an alternative, we have created an ecosystem where an artist can submit a demo of their artwork in front of a community, and the community is able to buy in the tokenized future income streams. So I will come back to this concept of tokenized income stream because this is key to our model. This is the first problem that we're solving, the monetization for emerging artists. The second one is the engagement issue, and this affects a broad category of artists, but is especially important for well established artists. So people with millions, maybe even tens of millions of fans, people following them on social media, people consuming their art. And unfortunately, due to social media algorithm restrictions, they can reach only up to 5% of their fan base, which obviously it's a major problem for them. They cannot create enough engagement. And last but not least is the fact that for fans, I mean, besides the art of let's say the act of artistic consumption, which is driven by hobby, pleasure, aesthetics, they are not engaged in any way in the, let's say, the financial dealings, what's called the fame and the profit, which is brought by the artists. So we wanted to engage fans more, and in this way create a whole new dynamic between the artist and the fan base. And we have created a new business model. We call it consume art to earn. I will explain it on brief. Pretty much what's happening is, for example, if I have even 1% of a song from an artist that I love, I will be very, very incentivized to share it, to listen to it, to let it play on the background, to recommend it to all of my friends. And this is going to create traffic for the artist and obviously revenue on the, let's say, that specific platform, distribution platform, which creates revenue for the artist, and then the artist through Clapart and through our own algorithm and our own protocol, which is called royalty share token, they're redistributing back value, which is basically money for the fan base. So it's an entire new business model which stands to rival consecrated already Web3 models such as play to earn, learn to earn. That would be, in a nutshell, the problems that we are solving, but I'm sure we will come back to different details of the product.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Adrian, for explaining about that is who you are actually. So, guys, you can check their website, clapart.com, if you want to learn more. And also, they're trying to solve so many issues in the entertainment industry, actually. So, thank you once again. So,
Please
like,
allow me to add a
yeah,
few things to what
yes, go
Adrian
ahead, sure.
just said. We are at a very concrete stage of development where what he mentioned from a theoretical standpoint was verified and tested in practice. So last year we launched our MVP, uh, the minimal viable product, with the help of Binance Romania. And this was the first time someone did tokenization of intellectual property rights in Eastern Europe, full cycle. So crowdfunding, then monetization on platforms like Spotify and YouTube, followed by the distribution of royalties back to the public on chain. So we have done all of this already last year. The technology itself exists maybe for 3-4 years now, and it has been pioneered in a very successful way in USA by a company called Royal.io with huge VC backing. But in our part of the world and in emerging markets in general, this is not widespread. We have demonstrated this last year, and we gained some very interesting insights with regard to engagement. Adrian, would you like to tell the story of what we did last year?
Yes, of course. So just like Alex said, that was the first time for us when we closed, the circle. We had an entire flow from end to end, from fundraising to the artists redistributing back the royalty to the people that have invested in those two artworks. So it was an end-to-end business cycle, so to say, that validated the fact that we can do it, and then we decided to do it even better. Because I'm saying that to do it even better is because in the pilot phase we used NFT technology, which is, to be honest, pretty much what's all other competitors doing something similar in the market using. and it works, but it's a let's say pretty primitive technology. Basically, you're just associating future income streams with a royal with an NFT, and by owning that NFT, you're going to get airdropped the income, the future income, so the royalties. Obviously, that has a lot of limitations. It's hard to track. It's hard to implement a lot of other benefits, and we wanted to do more than that. And what we did is the CLAPART web app. So it's basically available both in the website. So you can access it from desktop, or you can access it as a responsive mobile app. It's currently in a closed alpha testing with our artists. We wanted to make sure that it fits the needs and requirements of our artists. And then at the end of this year, we're going to release it in public beta. So this product does a lot more than just associating royalties with NFTs. We have created an entire protocol and a lot of dedicated epics and user features, so to say, allowing to do a lot of things in the ecosystem. And let me just give you two or three of them. First of all, we're using AI technology, but in a way very different to many other companies in the media and entertainment industry. So we're not using generative AI, which unfortunately is creating, hyperinflation of quote unquote artistic content. We don't believe that's real art. So when something is created by an AI, it does not reflect any kind of real emotion or real artistic, achievement. So we're not going in that direction. What we're doing is that we're allowing artists that are at the beginning of their road to gain insights and to gain, let's say, pieces of advice that they would otherwise gain from their artist managers, right? So we have distilled my colleagues, my co-founders' experience in a knowledge database, and we have created a custom large language model trained on that. So it reflects the experience of an experienced artist manager. That's one thing. And the other thing is that we're using the data generated by the trading of royalty share tokens to have actionable insight. So basically, the AI is looking on the direction and, let's say, on the patterns which are created when people assess the value of the art created by those artists and says, hey, the community likes this, keep doing that, or the community does not like what you're doing, going into another direction. And this is possible because there is a mathematical effect called the wisdom of the crowd. So basically, when you have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people trading on a certain asset, buying and selling, um, the average value usually reaches what is close to, let's say, objective truth in terms of artistic appraisal. So we have created the world's first artistic appraisal market, something that has never been done before, and also the world's first AI artist manager. This is a feature. Another feature that, let's say, we're doing is that we're creating a lot of engagement between the artist and the fan base through the model that I told you about, the consume art to earn.
This was for me actually the biggest surprise of this demonstration we launched last year. Let's get a bit concrete here, Adrian, because we have a, an established artist with a huge fan base in Web 2
Yeah.
that was interacting with him in a very narrow, truncated, and one way
Yeah, I mean, when an
direction.
artist is communicating towards the fan base, just like Alex said, it's a one-way communication. So basically, they're broadcasting on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram, whatever, and then the fans can only react within the confines of that social media. So things such as likes, share, comments, stuff like that. But when you created this direct incentive of fans winning actual, let's say, value, so we're talking about CLP, our utility token, which has a value, uh, by the fact that they're investing into that artist, that creates, let's say, an entire new dynamic. So people are much more engaged because they're not just doing it because they love that artist, they also love him, but they have direct incentives to be more engaged. So we saw the engagement rate going somewhere up to 30% of the people in the total fan base. So it was a huge engagement which was created, and this was very empowering for us. The fact that we have demonstrated our product, we have developed our product, we saw that it works, and this is, not just from the perspective of the artist, but from the perspective of the fan base, slash from the perspective of investors. Why? Because by creating this artistic appraisal market, what we're creating is a possibility for people such as the ones listening to this podcast, because I'm sure if they're in the Web3 space, if they're in a community curated by Wise Crypto, they're interested to find the next big gem. They're interested to find the next asset that they will make a 5x, a 10x on it, right? Or even more than that. And this is what CLAPART gives. So beyond the potential increase in value for the utility token, we're going to have hundreds, maybe thousands at a certain point, sub tokens within our own platform, each one representing the artistic value of a certain artist and of a certain artwork. And if you're lucky enough to be there and to invest into the next Taylor Swift, into the next Eminem, into the next Ed Sheeran, and so on, when pretty much nobody knows about them, you can be sure that you will make a lot of multipliers on your investment.
Okay, thank you, both of you. I think you covered everything actually. So yeah, thank you guys. And also guys, if you think that is you are a artist or like you are an like an artist actually a content creator, so you just need to go to their social, like you can contact through their Gmail or contact at the rate of clapper.com. So like you can ask if you have any question and queries like how to join, how you can finance your work on the Clapart and everything. I think you'll get answer from them. Thank you once again. And like I can see about like you mentioned all about your you are in Gemped actually right now. I can see. Okay, and also you mentioned about that is some kind of like for everyone clap token you buy the get extra 0.25 clap, so 25% bonuses actually right now. So could you share a bit about this kind of like I can say at the events or the pre-sale, and also what is your plan? Like you mentioned you have the planning listing on the gate.io MEXC pancake swap. So could you share a bit about
We're
first of all your
sure,
pre-sale and after that your future plan?
sure. Uh, where we are right now is we are in a pre-sale process. We've had a very successful round on Fjord Foundry recently, and now we have opened another pool on Jampad. We are planning to go to a few higher tier pads and higher tier exchanges this autumn. And the idea is that late September or latest early October, we would also reveal our product that Adrian was describing. So for us, the main milestones between now and year end are to have a tier one centralized exchange listing and to have the product launched. Uh, what does this imply? Um, Full cycle tokenization and the ability for investors to buy into artists. And this is what makes us an RWA project. So it's this anchor with the real economy. We want to give our token value not just through speculation, but through operations in the real world. So the value of our token will eventually be defined by demand for the artworks, which you can find on our platform. Looking a bit further into the medium run, we want to become multi-chain, to implement AI, as Adrian mentioned, in a more comprehensive way, but not as generative AI, and to have DeFi integration. Adrian, would you like to comment on this last bit, please?
Yeah, so about the AI part, regarding the AI components and what we're building with the AI Artist Manager, we have a twofold goal here. Obviously, the first one is to allow people to have a smoother onboarding experience. So the AI will provide actionable advice on what to do and how to make sure that you have as much success as possible when launching a fundraise on Clapart. But this is just the start. Once you have an active fundraise with an artwork launch for fundraise on Clapart, at that certain point, the AI will be able to observe the evolution of the token. And from that point on, it will generate more and more data points to give you actionable advice. Initially, we're going to complement this technology with the fact that we're going to have curators, people acting as experts, let's say guiding the initial training of the AI, so that once we start with let's say human curators, we then move on to more and more automation. The same thing will be reflected, let's say, in the onboarding procedure for artists, because initially we want to curate whom we're onboarding, and we already have 200 artists signed, and we're expanding on that. So that means that we initially we will onboard some of the bigger artists that we have signed with, but then after a period of testing, after we make sure that everything is in place and working as expected, we're going to do two things. First, we're going to decentralize our protocol even more, because right now it's a semi-centralized application, so it still has some centralized components. And we aim that in the future is going to be a fully decentralized blockchain protocol. And the other thing that we're going to do is that we will allow everybody to join the platform as a content creator or an artist. And then only the community will decide if they what they're bringing forward is worth the money and the investment that they're making. Obviously, this is going to create new roles, new business models, and we expect a lot of people to, make almost a full-time job out of this. There will be artistic brokers. There will be people specialized in appraising art. Um, the sky is the limit, and I'm sure it's going to be a very thriving ecosystem. But before we can even discuss on the evolution of the initial royalty share tokens, I have to say a few words about our CLP, our utility token. So we have designed our platform in mind so that the token supports the activity of the platform, and it makes a really nice investment for the people that they believe in us. And I can say this from two perspectives. First of all, the token is deflationary. So every time where people are trading the royalty share tokens for the CLP within our own platform, 1.8% of the transaction value is going to get burned. So that means a deflationary token, which will increase in value because the scarcity goes up. And the second one is the fact that we have, this, how to call it? It's a continuous buying pressure. Basically, it's a continuous buying pressure because we're a real world asset tokenization platform, so we're very much linked to the real world economy, and the artists are continuously bringing in the platform the revenues that they have generated on different distribution platforms or from publishing. So that means that once an artist is redistributing back the royalties to the people that have invested in him or in her, at that certain point, they have to buy CLP from the market to distribute the royalties. That means ongoing demand. It's simple. The more people are using the platform and the more artists are using the platform, the more buying pressure is going to be on CLP. And combine that with the fact that there are less and less CLP circulating because they're being burned, well, I'm sure you can see how we expect the token to have a very nice trend.
Thanks, Adrian. I would like to add a small point, which I find quite important, in relation to the fact that the onboarding of artists will not be decentralized completely from day one, and that we would start with a transitional phase of human curation. This is basically led by our concept of safety first. This is about safeguarding the reputation of our important artists, our ambassadors, and it's about protecting our community from scammers, from deepfakes, from copyright infringements, from rug pulls, and all sorts of malicious intent like hate speech, racism, and all these other things which have gotten platforms like TikTok or YouTube in trouble because of poorly understood freedom of speech. So we will have to manually curate the artists that will be allowed to raise money from our community in a first stage. This might seem as a, how should I say, as a deviation of our path away from the ideals of Web3, the ideals of freedom and decentralization, but it's a necessary step in order to protect both our community and our artists. And this is a chapter where we found lots of understanding and support from our blockchain. We are building on BNB, and our chain has strongly supported our push towards accountability and reputation management. This is something which will set us apart from many projects that are fully decentralized. We simply cannot afford to do that because being an RWA project, the consequences of our actions in Web3 will be felt in the real world. So people might suffer if something goes wrong in Web3. And we take this very seriously. We will not allow scammers and rug pulls to raise money on our artistic launchpad. Take it like that. And until our AI is sufficiently trained to filter out these weeds, we will do it ourselves. How, you might ask? Well, half of our team has a background in show business, and they've got connections on all continents. They can sniff talent, they can sniff fakes, and they pretty much, with 2 or 3 phone calls, can understand who's who. And this is how we are going to do it. We as a platform are uniquely positioned to have both technical skills and a very strong network in show business. That's quite rare because projects tend to be in one of the extremes, to have a technical team and no connection to the real world or to a specific industry, or to be industry people with no technical skills. We are split 50-50, and because of that we can have this immunity system, if you want, aimed at protecting our community. Sorry for the parenthesis, Adrian.
No problem, no problem. That's why we are here actually to discuss everything. So thank you, Alex. And also, guys, don't forget to join their community. If you can actually. And also, they have two kind of packages. That is the Clap Premium and also Clap Gold. I can see. So yeah, like Alex, I have just one question. We are talking about like some kind of like artist or investor. Like, if I'm a general man, like I'm fan of any kind of artist. So, could you share like how does your Clapart work from the fans perspective actually? Like as a general people, as a fan, how can I join, and also how can I earn, or what kind of opportunities I will get?
Well, obviously, let's say general fans maybe don't have a specific artist that has launched with us, or maybe you have obviously some favorite artists, but they're not working with Clapart yet. So at that point of view, at that point in time, sorry, you can just think like a Web3 investor or a Web3 trader. A lot of people right now are betting on meme coins and things that might create a good return on their investment. And something similar to that can happen also on our platform. So you can look at Clapart as a launchpad of a lot of tokens. And some people might, try to bet on emerging artists, people that nobody has heard of. And if they're really good, they will make a very good return on investment. Other might be interested to invest only in the biggest artists, the equivalent of a blue chip stock, or the equivalent of only holding in your wallet Bitcoin and Ethereum as opposed to meme coins. So everybody can do his or her own strategy, and I think is going to create a very thriving ecosystem with different kind of trading strategies and different kind of investment strategies. Besides that, obviously, just like you mentioned, we will implement once we go live with the public version of the product. We will go implement a few extra benefits for people that stake our token, in-app benefits, and also some social questing benefits, such as the ability to have a direct connection with an artist, reduced fees, and stuff like that. But the general usage of the platform is not going to change, and is still going to be the same, and that is to create a direct connection between the artist and the fans. And this is going to get more and more gamified and more complex as we develop the product and we get feedback from the users and feedback from artists. But the mission stays the same.
And
We
where
Yeah.
we are now can be actually seen on YouTube, where we have uploaded the user experience from a fan perspective. Right, Adrian?
Yeah.
Uh,
So the current when we have launched the internal alpha version, we also have recorded it's basically a screencast of a desktop flow, which shows exactly how the product works from the standpoint of the fan base. How it looks, it's a let's say it's a fusion between a social platform. This is why we're a social fi. Let's say we're part of a social fi integral vertical. You could say that Clapart is somewhere at the intersection between SocialFi and real world asset tokenization. So from this social file perspective, it looks like a feed, and in this feed you can find different opportunities, different artists launching for fundraising for different kind of artworks. You can filter, you can sort. It will adapt to your preferences. So in many ways, it's going to be something similar with the experience that you currently gain on platforms such as Patreon, platforms such as Kickstarter and Indiegogo. You can just scroll, see what you like, go in more depth, ask more details, and if you're really interested, you can buy in the tokens of that specific artist. Once the sale is over, you will get the tokens, and once the artist redistributes the royalties, as long as you hold the royalty share token, you're going to gain the benefits associated with them. There might be more benefits, not just monetary value, not just money. There might be things such as uh, having meet and greets with the artist, having a studio visit, different kind of merch, different kind of other perks. So the artists are free to customize what they're offering in return for the fan base purchasing their royalty share tokens. So it's going to be very diverse, and I sincerely believe that it's going to be very engaging and very interesting for fans, and not just fans but also crypto speculators.
This is what is called in the industry super fan content. The meet and greet, the autograph, the golf session with your artist, perhaps smoking a cigar with him. Uh, we have tested this last year when we did our demonstration with the help of Binance Romania. And this was actually what was driving sales. So people were very interested in these brief moments of intimacy and access to their idol. This is something that we're going to see more and more, I believe, in the RWA and social fi verticals. This kind of bringing real life interaction, human interaction, into a blockchain context.
Okay, yeah. Thank you once again. So, guys, if you have any questions, like I have collected all those some questions actually. So, if you think like why this is like the Clapart, I can say they have the fair revenue sharing, direct access to the funding, and they have the strong community engagement right now. And also, their super deflationary token, like every trade reduces the supply and boosting the value. Then they have the continuous demand, like artists need to the CLP to distribute the royalties and also stabilizing the price and everything. A lot of opportunities, guys. They're just providing. Okay, so Alex and Adrian, I can take some questions. Actually, I have to take this. Like I have just few
Please,
minutes.
please do.
Yeah. Okay. The first question I can take. What are the packages? So the premium and Club Gold.
Yeah, so those are the things that I mentioned, that we're going to have some perks, some benefits within the app, based on staking, token staking. So a lot of projects, they're having the traditional staking, let's say, model, is that you're staking right now, you're locking a number of tokens, which creates a limited circulating supply, and then you're compensating that with featured tokens which flood the market and devalue the token. We wanted to go in a different direction, and because we have a product live, unlike many other projects that they're fundraising without having a product live, we're going to have a product live, and we will be able to give perks and benefits for artists and for fans in the platform if they stake. So basically, Clap Gold and Clap Premium, they're like the premium version for artists and respectively for fans within the app. So that's the premium experience, and you can get the premium experience not by subscribing to a having a monthly payment, or having one-time purchase. No, you don't need to pay for premium, you just need to stake a number of token, and you will get the premium experience. And if you look in the white paper, you can see that associated with these two, with Clap Gold and Clap Premium, there is a series of benefits, such as reduced financing fee for the artist, reduced transaction fee, the ability to send CLP directly to the artist, um, to have highlighted profile, and different kinds of in-app benefits that are all sometimes associated to what you understand as a premium experience from both sides, both for the artist and for the fan base. So yeah, on short, it's a premium experience package that we're offering to the fan base and to the artist if they stake a minimum amount of CLP.
Okay, thank you for answering this question. So I can take another one. Like, okay, yes. How does the financing process work for an artist?
So initially, they join as a regular user, And if they decide that they want to use the platform, they submit. You start a flow in which they create an artist profile. After they create this artist profile, they submit the request to gain an artist profile to us. We're going to contact them. We're going to have some, some legal and due diligence process in the background. Just like I said, at least for the beginning, because later on, maybe in 1 or 2 years, we're going to let it fully decentralized and fully automated. But for the beginning, we're going to get in touch with them and ask for an extended due diligence to make sure that they're serious and that they're legit. And after the artist account gets approved, they can submit for financing and they can create a project. That create for project means submitting a demo, saying what they want to do with the money, say what they want to build. It's like when you're creating a listing on Patreon or on Kickstarter, but in a Web3 space and with token associated. And they decide how much of the future income streams they want to tokenize. For example, let's say they want to tokenize 50% of the money that they make on Spotify or on YouTube Music, or I don't know, from publishing, from radio or TV income. And after they decide all this, they publish the listing. The community has the possibility to analyze the listing and decide if they want to invest or not. And after that, there will be some periods of time, some time frames in which the artist will be requested to submit documents proving exactly how much royalties they have generated from that specific revenue flows. And obviously after that is being checked in the back office, they will have to distribute through our own protocol. So it's they just send the CLP to a certain address. They just click one button, and we have an automated distribution system that distributes all that CLP as royalty back to the people that have invested in them. So it's an almost automated system. It's a smart system. It's part of the royalty share token protocol that gives back the value to the people that have invested. The investors, they don't have to do anything as long as they don't sell the royalty share token that they have bought. They stand to gain from a royalty redistribution, and just like I said, any other perk that the artist might offer for them, such as meetings, such as discounts for merch, and so on and so forth. This is how it works. It's pretty simple. Just like my colleague Alex said, you can find on our YouTube profile, you can see exactly how the product works. And we cannot wait to have the public release of the product at the end of this year.
Okay, yeah, thank you. And let's take another one. It's all about your token holder. Like, what are the long-term benefits of token holders? I think you have talked about, but could you share a bit about for him or her? Like, what are the long-term benefits of token holders?
So long-term benefits of token holders, right? Okay. So I assume you're discussing about the utility token, the CLP. Um, the CLP, due to the way that we have designed the CLP is bound to increase in value, or at least to have increased buying pressure as long as the platform works. Because just like I said, the more artists get onboarded, the more royalty is being redistributed. That means a direct injection of real world economy into the economy of the marketplace, into the economy of CLP. And since you cannot do anything in the platform without CLP, CLP is, as the utility token, is the direct representation of the total economy on CLAPART. So we expect, as long as we're generating, interest and we are generating traction with our product, it is expected that the CLP will have continuous buying pressure on the market. I cannot say for sure that it's going to increase indefinitely in value, because we all know this is not how it works in real world. But I can tell you that if we're to look at how much interest and volumes are being on the token, the more people use the platform, the more volume and the more buying pressure is going to be on the token. It's pretty simple. It's, you know, one plus one equals two. It's not something very complicated. So this is obviously one of the main benefits in holding the token. The other one is obviously the ability to be part of this ecosystem. Let's say that you don't want to miss on a specific fundraise launched by your favorite artist. Then if you want to be able to buy the royalty share tokens emitted by your favorite artist, you cannot do so without the token. So the CLP obviously is going to have benefits for holding it long term, but more than just holding it, this is a utility token. This is a real utility token, and its purpose is to use it to buy royalty share tokens. We wanted the CLP to circulate. We want the CLP to be used to fundraise artists. So at a certain point, you will have to make a choice between holding the CLP and hope for the increase in value, or you will have to decide that you want to spend it and invest into a specific royalty share token emitted by a specific artist. So it's an entire ecosystem. You will be able to buy it, spend it, trade it, hold it. Um, so yeah, the sky's the limit. If you want to add anything else, Alex?
I think that was very comprehensive. For me, the main thing is the anchor into the real economy. So this is a token backed in a way by the reputation and fan base of 200 plus artists right now, and probably many more once this is live. And when thinking about long term, I see this as a cushion, as a reduction mechanism for volatility. The fact that we are linked to something in the real world. So the trajectory of the token long term would be, we think, less bumpy than other tokens.
Okay, yeah. Thank you once again for this nice answer. So like I talked actually about the previously, like lot of benefits guys for the holders, for the creators, for the artists and everyone actually. Okay, so let's take another one. Okay, it's all about your NFTs. How does this project deal with NFTs?
Adrian, may I?
Yeah, please.
This is a question that we get a lot because people tend to think we are an NFT project. That's because a lot of our competitors in this business model are using NFTs rather than tokens as their vehicle. Um, we are much more than an NFT project. For us, NFTs are a means of artistic expression alongside with music, game development, creative writing, KOLs, influencers. They are one way creators onboarded on our platform can make money. But Clapart itself, it's not an NFT project. We might crowdfund for an NFT designer that has an amazing collection and he wants to raise some money. That is one way we could get involved with NFTs. But the way price discovery works and the way the whole crowdfunding works on Clepart, it's not based on NFTs. It's based on the RST protocol, which Adrian described at length. So for us, NFTs are, if you want, one of the many products alongside music, film, and games that we can crowdfund for. But Clepart itself is not an NFT platform or an NFT marketplace. I hope this answers the question.
Okay, yeah, got it. Okay, let's take the last questions about. Okay, can you tell us about for partnership and investor? I think it's all about your plan about the partnership and also how do you plan to increase your investor.
Right. Well, the easiest way for people to invest is to join the ongoing round. And for VCs, as you might imagine, it's it's a one-to-one direct negotiation with CLAPART. So contact us on our social media, and we can have a direct conversation.
Okay, thank you. I think we are
All right.
enough. Like, yeah, within just a few minutes, we're going to be in this session. So guys, I would like to request to you, like, take part on their pre-sale and also take part on their all of activities if you want to be part of them. So, I think if you have any question and queries after that, you can ask through their social media links actually. So, thank you, Alex and Adrian, for having here. Do you have any closing remarks for our community right now?
Thanks for having us. Please follow us on social media, and we want to share with you our deep conviction that RWA and SocialFi are what is going to get real adoption for Web3 and blockchain. Here we are one small piece in a very big mechanism at work. And this mechanism, it's a worldwide mega trend. I'm talking about the institutional adoption of blockchain technology. Um, and this is quintessentially an RWA process. You have industry giants like BlackRock making inroads into tokenized securities, stocks, and bonds. The process has started, guys. The process has started, and they picked up the low-hanging fruit. After securities, it will be real estate, it will be intellectual property rights, it will be exactly the kind of stuff that we are doing now. But we are doing this now rather than 3 years from now. So we have an amazing first mover advantage, if you want, in a $3 trillion market. So keep that in mind, and see you online. Thanks, guys.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, both of you, for having here. Wish you good luck for the future and just keep doing some great for the people, for the community, and for others. And also, like I can say for the artist, don't miss the chance. Like grab your role, grab your opportunities from this project, and also stay tuned with them. So thank you, both of you, and wish you good luck for the future. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.